So hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. This week you join me on the banks of Atcham. We're on the River Severn and we're in search of chub and barbel. You join me today on the bank with Mitzi and Gary. Gary's just having his dinner and Mitzi's trying to nick it. We got the rods out. We'll go over the tactics in a bit. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have a look at the bait in a minute, what we're putting in. But at the moment, we're just sitting back. We are due a bit of rain in a bit. It's given the forecast till about 5 o'clock. Mr. Goat hasn't shut up since we've got here, so we might be having goat curry for tea. There he goes again. The way we're going to work it is when the rods go, it's a fish each and just do it in alternation. We're going to fish till about 1 o'clock in the morning and hopefully we'll get Mr. Barbel. So sometimes you have to be thankful of the luck that you're having. That's most definitely a thunderstorm over there, giving us a wide berth, and we're just on the edge of it. You see the clear skies there, well, clearish. So we're getting away with it at the moment. There's a little drip of rain in the air. Jinxed that, didn't I? Absolutely bucketing down. Why did I open my mouth? Just recast the rods, said that piece, and the heavens have opened. Looking at the weather, it is due to stop at 6 o'clock, so we've got a nice evening ahead, hopefully, if the weatherman is right. The rain's just stopped, and the left-hand rod's just pulled round. Not quite sure what it is yet, but it's the first bite on the new Amiga rods. 1.75 pound test curve. And let's just take our time and hopefully see if we can get it in. You can just see down there, holding in the flow in that beautiful stream of weed, the first barbel of the session. It's taken probably maybe an hour. And as always, while you're getting the gear ready to blog it, we'll give him a good rest in the margin. It's a nice little start, a couple of pound, and looks beautiful against all that weed. So we'll give him a good rest in the margin and then we'll take a look at him. So the first barbel of the season, lovely to get off the mark with an early fish. Coming on that rod about a third of the way across, lovely condition, and boy do I love coming down here to the River Severn for those barbels. As always, rested before it was blogged and had a picture, and it's back in the net now, and it takes as long as it takes to recover. We'll leave him there until he's kicking strong and we'll let him go. The beautiful big net, loads of space, and yeah, give him the time to recover. You know, there's plenty of time to catch the next fish. So bait wise for the session, we've got plenty of that hinders hemp, and we've got a bit of meat in it as well, just to add that variety to the mix. Ground bait wise, we've got the Barbel Bomb ground bait, and there's loads of just little pellets in that, and you know, just a nice dark ground bait. And then we've got the small ellipse pellets to go in the feeder as well. But that's just a simple approach that I always use on a low, clear river. Small bait, small hooks, lighter lines, and plenty of hemp. After a long rest, back he goes. That's how you want him to go off, with a strong kick underneath that reed bed, and he'll move out into the flow. Excellent to get off to a good start. An early fish, always a bonus. Conditions bang on for a low, clear river, and hopefully that's just a start. So while the rod's out, we'll take a look at the setup. We can take the wrapper off this rod, most definitely. The rod that I'm using is the new Corum Amiga 1.75 pound test curve rod. I've got a Zelos reel, and on there I've got 12 pound barbel line. Down to the business end, we've got a bolt and run kit, a sleeve, we've got some 8 pound fluorocarbon, a feeder, and in there I've got the Hinders Barbel Bomb ground bait, pellets and some hemp. I've got the ellipse pellets in there as well, and down to the business end I've got a size 14 cordon grappler and a banded pellet. Nice and simple, low clear conditions, fishing a bit lighter and hoping that it's going to get us some more bites. So another rain shower's been through and the light conditions have really changed, and you can just see there how clear the river is. There's plenty of ranunculus in the river this year, plenty of cover for the barbel. It's going to make playing them interesting and getting them in, and you've just got to look for the gaps in the weed. Gary's rod on the boilie on the far bank has just got a proper barbel take. The rod hooped over. Mr. Swan didn't know what to make of it. And I would say he's most definitely into Mr. Barbel. You made up, mitts? What is it, a barbel? And when you wonder whether it's a barbel or not, there's one answer. A real ticking away and a nice bend in the rod.
And believe it or not, this is my first ever River Severn barbel that I've ever landed, because every time I come here I always lose them. Anyway, isn't she beauty? Absolute, look at that. She's a stunner. Oh, lovely. Now we're going to get straight back. Let's get her back in the river.
And there are times where you don't want the rods to go. This is most definitely one of them. Roll on the end of the storm. I was just saying conditions are perfect for the bite. That rain's disappeared and it is really overcast. And the rod against the far bank has just gone. And hopefully we're into barbel number 3. We've got one down there in the edge waiting to be blogged. And my other rod has just gone off. And we've removed the wrapping from that rod. And nothing would give me greater pleasure than Gary getting this barbel in. A picture of us both holding it and him getting the fish to get the wrapping off that one. And in the space of 5 minutes, we've gone from 2 barbel to 4. And when I said conditions were perfect, we've just taken a picture of the 2 barbel and left them to rest down there. And the final rod has just ripped off. And when I said conditions were perfect, I wasn't messing. Hopefully, we can get barbel number 3 with 2 of his mates in there. And then we're going to have to spend a bit of time blogging them. And there's the first 2 barbel of the double take. Gary's is a lovely fish. And mine, just a little splasher. But 2 mates out in all the conditions like you've seen today. The rain's coming down and 2 barbel on the bank. So just before this happened, I said to Gary, conditions look good. It was overcast and it looked good for the bite. Little did I know we'd get 3 barbel on the bank really quickly. Not going to keep it out too long because I want to get underneath that brolly, get these rested and get them back. But having loads of fun on the banks of the River Severn with a mate catching barbel. Before any more rods go back in the water, make sure that the barbel that you've caught go back safely. If it takes 10 minutes, if it takes 15, all the conditions, fish welfare is the most important thing. So on the channel, it's all about reel fishing. The rain's bucketing down. We've had 5 barbel and we've just had some taps on the right hand rod. We've rested them 3 barbel and let them go just before this rain's arrived. And conditions do look bang on. So we've both been sharing runs, and the benefit of not being up next means you don't have to stand in the rain. But I'm sure Gary's having good fun. From not catching a River Severn barbel to stood out in the rain, catching barbel. I'm sat underneath the brolly. You enjoying it, mate? Let's see if we can get it in and get barbel number 6 on the bank. The rain coming down, we'll leave Gary for the second to play that fish. And I really am delighted to announce a competition on the channel to win 5 kilo of the Hinders ellipse pellets that you've seen me put in the feeder on this video. To go into the draw for the bait, all you've got to do is be subscribed to my channel and to the Hinders channel, and I'll put a link to their YouTube channel below, and comment down below how many barbel that we catch on this session. Barbel number 6 and the best one of the evening, and that's a lovely fish, mate.
Thank you very much.
Well played on 8-pound line, a tiny little hook link and a size 14 hook. They really are on that Hinders hemp, the pellet and that ground bait. So safety is really important on the banks, and if you're new to rivers, they are dangerous places. The banks now are very slippy. We've had a lot of rain in a short space of time, and it is just a case now of being sensible. Have a clear path to your rod so I can go straight to there, and I'm not standing on this bit of the swim that much, just so I've got a bit of the swim that is relatively not trodden on, and we're playing all the fish here, landing them here and resting them here. And with the light fading, quiet did come over the swim, momentarily, but the far bank rod's gone again, and it's my turn to be into Mr. Barbel. And say it's a lot darker than it looks on screen, and hopefully we can get this Barbel in. So we're right on the cusp of probably needing the light on to do the pictures, but my turn to get a slightly better one. £8, 7 ounces of beautiful River Severn Barbel. It really has been an enjoyable session on the bank today with a good friend and plenty of bites. Let's get this beautiful Barbel rested, the rod's back out, and see if we can get another one for Gary. So the sheep are still going and the bites are still coming. Gary's just into Barbel number 8. It's a lot darker than you can see on screen.
Beautiful. I'm really impressed with the fish here. They're a really nice colour. I'm struggling to see it in the dark, but I'm pretty certain the camera's picked it up just for you.
For the next hour or two on the session, the weed really did come down badly on the river, but we managed to pick up 2 more Barbel and ended the session with 10 lovely Barbel on the bank and 2 happy anglers. So that does bring the session to an end there now. Really did enjoy going down to the River Severn for those Barbel. I hope you've enjoyed all the hints and tips along the way. Good luck in the competition, and all that remains is for me and Joshua to wish you tight lines in your own fishing, and we'll catch you all next week.
Catch you all next week.